Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie Herb, man. And you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Hey, look, go tell somebody your homie Herb, man, is on. And if this is your first time tuning in to the Herb, man show, go ahead and hit that logo right at the bottom of your screen right there. And go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you never ever miss what we bring to the table. So what are we talking about today? Malnutrition in America, okay? And we're not just talking about because of food insecurities and food disparities, but we're actually talking about the effects of malnutrition, and malnutrition being in our standard American diet, all right? That sad diet, okay? That diet full of processed food, junk food, and full of just nutrition, all right? That really does not help our bodies at all. And we need to really talk about this from an aspect of a community, all right? A culture, a society. Because it's not just about your socioeconomic status any longer. People are just addicted to the wrong foods, the bad foods, all right? They're just addicted to themselves and being able to do what they want and eat what they want. And a lot of us is just neglecting the body, okay? We're just consciously neglecting it and subconsciously neglecting it. And we need to understand the effects of malnutrition on our children, all right? Especially when we're talking about, you know, the first 1,000 days of life for our children and how important, you know, vitamins and minerals are at that particular point, especially when we're talking about brain development. And understanding that low IQ scores are also attributed to low socioeconomic statuses, which means that you could also be preconditioned to have certain diets and because of certain disparities, all right? And so, you know, the list goes on and on when we're talking about how deep this thing goes in America, okay? And how deprived most Americans are of nutrition. And we're either underweight, you know, where maybe we're being stunted in our growth, where you're too short for your age, or you're underweight, meaning you're too tall for your weight, you know. And we could talk about obesity all day, where we're talking about overweight and all of the diseases that we could be positioned to just because of us being overweight. When we're talking about heart disease and high blood pressure and things of that nature. We're talking about our addictions to salts and sugars and unhealthy fats, okay? And we need to really talk about what's really going on. And so that third thing is going to be vitamin and mineral deficiency. Our foods not having the components in it that is needed. Our foods being deprived, or the vitamins and minerals being substituted for a lot more unhealthy things just for it to taste better, all right? And so we're looking at a lot for our palates, but not for the actual body that, you know, you're putting stuff into. And I just think we just need to take a real deep understanding of what's going on in our culture. We have an unhealthy culture, and it's affecting us all the way around. I know that we're dealing with, you know, political issues right now in our community, in our world. We're dealing with social injustices, but it all is just attributed to our mental unhealthiness, which I think still has a lot of derivative, a lot of foundation in malnutrition, our vitamin and mineral deficiency. Not understanding that you can have depression and mental unclarity and mental fogness just all by being vitamin and mineral deficient, you know, and how a lot of these unhealthy foods are ripping away at our gut flora and causing dysbiosis in the gut, which then leads or either is a derivative of poor absorption and assimilation to our foods. So now your body, even when you do start eating your fruits and your veggies, although we know that 85% of the people don't eat fruits and 90% of us don't like veggies. And it makes absolutely no sense, right? So that is also an injustice that we are doing a lot to ourselves. And I think we as a culture, we have to change this dynamic. You know, if we want to think better, especially when I just told you that in children, it's very important in the first 1,000 days that they have the vitamin and minerals that they need for cognitive reasons, for neuro development. So we see how important that these vitamins and minerals can be to brain health, to mental health. So when you're looking at social injustices, it may not necessarily just be the assailant that you may think that is a mental health issue, but it could also be these officers that are under stress and duress from poor diets, bad lifestyle habits, and then they bring all of that to work, not understanding that it's all been attributed, it all is a factor. Okay, so when we're talking about these things, this stuff go deeper than what you think, because now once you get dysbiosis, you know, once you start messing with the gut flora, once you start getting poor absorption and poor assimilation, now you start being predisposed to what? High blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, chronic inflammation. It starts to happen. The breakdown starts to happen because we're not either absorbing enough nutrition in our foods, or we're simply not eating the right foods that have the nutrition in them. We're choosing to be malnourished, which is causing a lot of mental health issues. And when you got a society that cannot think right, that cannot come out of that mental fog that created this behind me right here, then we're headed for doom. We're headed for doom. So we really need to understand what's going on in our society. We need to be awakened and wake up to understand that our health is so important. That it's not just about, you know, not getting sick, but it's about living long and living strong. Because at the time that you're trying to stop a sickness, you're at the borderline of almost being too late. So we want to use this platform here, the Herb Man Show, as a platform to educate you on not just the herbs and how to use herbs and how to combine herbs, but more importantly, why these things are important. To give you more of an in-depth, or more of a real-time understanding, a more modern perspective of why this ancient technology called herbs is still relevant and is still important for your health today. Not just from a standpoint of, again, knowing how to mix something, but knowing why. So when you're out there and you get hungry, the first thing you should think about is, what vitamins and minerals am I lacking? And then just try to find foods that can replenish those things. And you'll see that over the long haul, if you continue to eat healthy, you continue to, you know, eat your beans, your onions, your mushrooms, your berries, your seeds. If you continue to have whole food based diets, you know, if you continue to utilize whole foods as medicine, then all those cravings for processed fats and sugars and salts will be alleviated. It just happens over time like that. Your body doesn't have those cravings. It's why we do the 21-day detox, so that you can start getting your body in a habit of doing the right things and the good things. And over that 21-day span, you formulate better habits, better eating habits. And those better eating habits come from a better thought life about your health, better mental health about life itself. So you find that people who are interested in health have an eagerness for life. They love life. And because of that love, they want to live as long as they possibly can. And so they're open to ideas. They're open to alternative methods for achieving that very goal. And this needs to be the love that all of us need to have, so that we can make ourselves priority each and every day. So go tell somebody, man, about everything that you're hearing on the channel. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate all the love. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And until next time, peace. Yes, sir.